What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. All right, nice to see Friday, a little bit different from the past 12 weeks that had the similar pattern of maybe a small pop at the open, followed by a low volume, just sell off into the ditches, accelerating towards the end of the day. Today, we closed up 2.39% on the SPY, closing over 400 after bouncing off yesterday that 385 level that I've been talking about for quite some time. In this video, I want to talk about exactly what I saw today and what I'm going to be paying attention to on Monday and Tuesday, as it's going to give us a very good indication on where the market is headed. All right, people have reached out to me. Is this the bottom? You mentioned that 385 level. Well, you really need to pay attention to the volume, and I'm going to break everything down for you in this video. So let's get right into it. As you can see, SPY bouncing off 403, retracing a little bit to 398 to getting that final bounce into the close. Before we talk about this, remember yesterday I had mentioned Affirm, Upstart, Roblox, Roblox, Lucid, these high growth stocks that actually are promising companies that are just insanely beaten down. Yesterday, the Qs, okay, all your tech sector and the SPY were both red. Apple, your blue chip companies, you're starting to see some money rotate out of those high growth, those blue chip stocks into the high growth. Some of these have just been beaten down way too much. Upstart was at 400 at its highs. Affirm was well over 100. I do not think they're going to get back to those euphoric levels, especially because we are in a higher interest rate environment. But it does provide room for a nice relief rally to ride the pop to the upside. Okay, but here's what I want to talk about today. Very, very important. And I'm going to focus on QQQ, the tech sector, because it had even bigger of a move. All right. The tech sector moved 3.71% today. All right, which is a total of almost 11 points. That is a big move for an indice. However, it did it all on 91% of average volume. All right. And the first thing that screams out to me, and I've been saying this numerous times before, is when you are in a bear market, okay, which, you know, the tech sector is, the SPY isn't as of yet, but when you are in a bear market or you are in a downtrend or a bearish pattern and you see a lot of these red, days, you're going to see relief rallies. Okay. You're going to see bounces and you're going to see times, all right, like we saw today, where it just seems like there's not a seller in sight. However, the buyers are not lining up. We had this perfect level right here off at 294 at the open, but I actually had purchased puts up right around this 300 level on QQQ. And I actually had to sell for a loss once it broke through it. And my reasoning behind of this was you just saw the volume just decelerating as if like there's no buyers in there. However, sellers are waiting. Okay, they're waiting for that bigger rally, let the Qs get up to that 310, maybe 315, 320, then to be able to capitalize and have a bigger run going down. All right, I did exit that position, got back into a different position, and was able to ride this nice downtrend and recoup my losses on this one as I was just waiting for it, because you could just see that it felt so heavy and you're waiting for this to come down. But this is something I'm going to have to keep a very, very close eye on next week. If you start to see a little bit more of a rally, which I do expect to see a little more of a rally, okay, we've been beaten down. When you look at this daily chart, I'm going to have some indicators on this, all right, but I zoom in. When you look at this daily chart, it was just nonstop red for a while. When you zoom out to the weekly chart, it was a nice closing of a candle here. Actually, not bad of a closing, I should say, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, how many just red candles before you just need just a little bit of a breathing room? You watched it happen, okay, over here at the end of January. You watched, again, a nice one, all right, at the end of March, all the way from the middle of March to the end. This one from about 320 all the way back up to 370 is a very, very big rally. I do expect this to happen because it normally does. However, if you're looking at this and you're seeing something what I saw today, okay, that it just doesn't, you're not seeing that massive buying pressure coming in. You're looking at that average, the daily average volume, all right, and it's lower than like I said, the average. If you start seeing 200%, 220%, then there's buyers stepping in and the move is going to be, much bigger. Volume always precedes the move. I said that, to everybody inside the group this morning. So keep a very close eye onto it. And like I said, if you start to see it get exhausted, whether it's at 305, 310, 320, whatever we bounce up to, that's when you get to ride it all the way to the downside. We are not out of the current trend, the downtrend that we are in. until we can clear above and break above some of these resistance levels. The first one's going to be 320 on QQQ, and I really want to see it over 344 to think, all right, now the pattern has started to shift a little bit. We've started to reach that consolidation, but don't always try to time everything as the bottom. And I was, for some reason, 385 just really stuck out to me on the SPY. It was a very, very strong level of resistance a while ago. I knew we were going to bounce off of it. However, I don't fully want to say that is the exact bottom. So keep an eye on that going forward. And that is going to be it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy your weekend.